If you've ever owned a four-wheel drive vehicle, then more than likely you already know who Rough Country is. Most people know them for their budget-friendly suspension lift kits for Jeep Wranglers and trucks alike. Now, I have a ton of experience with Rough Country's products. I even had their lift kit on my first ever Jeep Wrangler TJ. I've also had their 3.5-inch lift on my JK. But nowadays, Rough Country makes a lot more than just suspension upgrades. And I think a lot of their awesome off-road upgrades have went under the radar. So today, I'm going to be showing you some of Rough Country's most overlooked Jeep Wrangler parts and accessories. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is my 21 Jeep Rubicon 392. For the most part, it's relatively stock. We're still on the stock suspension. The things we have changed have been like fender flares and performance parts like tunes, different PCM, and a different exhaust. So today we're going to be going over and installing all of the Rough Country parts and accessories on this Jeep Wrangler. Now, the first thing we're going to be going over today is something I didn't know they had, and I know it's something that you guys will like based off the past videos. This is a roll-up tool bag from Rough Country. And now I've literally condensed my entire vehicle toolkit for my Jeep Wrangler into this little tool bag right here. And it's pretty crazy what all you can fit in here. I've actually got some additional things tucked in here as well. So you can tuck this in the center and just roll it on top of it, just stuff I didn't have space for. And in the flaps, I actually put my zip ties. Now, what you'll see on this side here is I've got my full breaker bar, a full crowbar right here as well, 10-inch, half-inch extension. I've got a tire pressure gauge, and then I've got my traditional combination wrenches, the standard sizes, and then a 1/4-inch drive as well as a 1/2-inch drive. And then on this side, I've got my gloves tucked into the flap there, some large zip ties, and then I've got all my combination wrenches that we need, screwdrivers, a small crescent, a metric size of the Allen keys, got my other screwdrivers, some extra pliers, vice grips, a flashlight. I've even got a dead blow hammer in here, and then I've got a 12-inch crescent. Then here at the bottom, I use this pocket to store my sockets, my impact rated sockets. Additionally, another set of pliers that I didn't have room for. So I've got a full 11-piece set of impact rated sockets. Now I've also got some extra sizes like the 18mm, and then I've also got a 15mm here. So you've got room to store literally every single thing that you need, and it's gonna keep it all really nice and neatly organized. Now for this next product, it's something that you're probably not thinking of Rough Country for. These are gonna be rear control arm skid plates. So obviously we all know what a skid plate is supposed to do, but the way these install is supposed to be really straightforward, and they can offer a lot of protection. Now, one thing that's super nice about Rough Country is they always come with detailed instructions on how to install it, so it makes the process really easy. And now these are all installed, and not only do they look good, they are going to offer a lot more protection. As you can see here, the full underside, the main points of contact here, the lowest point on the Jeep is now covered. So that makes me super happy, and we're not gonna have to bang up our factory mounts anymore. Now those control arm skid plates are only $50, but the next product is even more affordable. So what this is a rapid tire deflator with its own little carry case. So as many of you know, whenever you head out to the trail, one of the first things you're gonna do before you hit the trails is air down. So this handy rapid tire deflator makes it super easy. Essentially, you'll screw this down to your valve stem core, and you can completely pull out your valve stem if you want, or push it down to let out the air. Now this is going to make airing down way faster, and it's got a great gauge here to tell you exactly what your tire pressure is. Now this product and the case that it comes with is only $25. So for that price, you cannot beat this, and it'll save you a ton of time out on the trail. I think I'm going to have to get 2 of these. Now stepping back up in the price category to $100, the next product I'm going to show you is another skid plate, but this skid plate is actually going to be for your rear differential. Now, as most of you know, the rear axle takes a lot of abuse out on the trail. The front is a little easier to protect simply because you see the sight path or the trail path that you're going down. But as for the rear, sometimes it just takes some abuse because you can't perfectly calculate where that differential is going to be after going down some technical trails. Now this one specifically is for the M220 Dana 44 rear axle, so it's not going to fit on every single one, but they do have different differential skid plate covers for pretty much any of the Jeep axles. We've also got some additional brackets and hardware to install this, so it should be pretty straightforward. And now that it's all put on, there is a good look. And it really does cover quite a bit of that differential, literally every single bit of it. But not only does it offer a lot of protection, it really does look good. Now for this next product, it's something that I wasn't even aware that Rough Country made, but it is really going to help us out with our current situation on the Jeep. Most of you have probably seen their off-road front bumpers, their side steps, as well as their power running boards, but something I've never came across until now is their trail cladding. So essentially what this is armor for your rocker panel to go all along the side. And unlike the traditional rocker panel guards, this is not metal, this is actually a really high strength plastic. So this is going to attach with 3M rather than us have to drill everything out. And believe it or not, all these holes actually match up with our rock slider holes, so we're not going to have to use their provided hardware to secure that. But if you don't have the rock sliders or side steps from the factory, that is something you will need to use. And it's going to have 3M all on the backside here to secure it down. Now, if you've wiped it down good with a rag, they sent out some alcohol pads, so use those alcohol pads to go over top of it. Now, I think the best thing to do is go ahead and get these red tabs pre-pulled just a little bit. And now that I've got all those ready, I'm going to set it up here. As you can see, it's got a really good fitment even with my other fender flares and the factory rock sliders. Then they go all the way down along the side here, and they actually fit really well. I'm super surprised by that. And not only that, it's going to offer quite a bit more protection, and even for the door seals, it's going to offer some protection there. Usually that's the spot that gets skidded up the most, just getting in and out. So it's nice to have that extra protection for that as well. The next product is not something that you absolutely have to get, but it's definitely a good upgrade, and it's definitely something that gets overlooked more than it should. What this is Rough Country's HD steering kit. So you're going to see with this, you're going to get all kinds of awesome things. You're going to get the heavy-duty tie rods that are going to connect to your heavy-duty drag link bar right here. I mean, this thing is absolutely massive. Way thicker than the stock one, and way heavier too. And then aside from that, we're also going to get our tie rod bar right here that you could use to lift weights if you wanted, but it's also going to have way more adjustability. Now for arguably the most important part. Now the next product we got is something I'm super excited to see. This is actually a front drive shaft for the Jeep Rubicon 392. Now anytime you lift your vehicle over a certain height, depending on what vehicle it is, your drive shafts are going to need to change. Typically for a good drive shaft for a Jeep Wrangler, you're looking anywhere from $500 to $1,000. And you really don't need to get a different drive shaft until you lift it. But instead of buying this for $500, which is a great price from Rough Country, I decided why not get the whole entire 3.5-inch lift kit for only $1,000. Now instead of installing this drive shaft right now, I think it would be better to install it after we've done the rest of the lift kit. Now since I already told you the entire lift kit was only $1,000, let me show you what else we got with this 3.5-inch lift kit for the Rubicon 392. Now of course we had to get some bigger coil springs, and we've got two of them right here. These are for the front. Then we've also got some rear coil springs. We've also got a new forged front track bar. Now I know a lot of you are probably thinking, how can they make a 3.5-inch lift kit for only $1,000 and it even comes with a drive shaft? Well, there are a few ways to get to the price. First and foremost, this actually comes with shock extensions. So there are no replacement shocks for the Rubicon 392 that you can buy with a Rough Country kit currently. Now the Rubicon 392 comes with a 2.5-inch additional lift from the factory. So that's just the way that it's set up. So whenever we add a true 3.5-inch suspension lift on top of that, it should be like a normal Jeep Wrangler with a 6-inch lift. Now with shock extensions, there are a few other things. We've got sway bar extensions here. So this is actually where the sway bar mounts and extends the bracket. And we've got those sway bar links, the longer ones for the front. These will be for the rear. And this is the rest of our front track bar right here. After that, we've got some new bump stops. So these are going to be the rear bump stops right here. And these are going to be the front bump stops that go inside of the coil. And then for the rear, instead of having to get a new track bar, essentially this is a relocation bracket for your track bar. So all you'll have to do is bolt this on. You'll drill out 2 holes right here, and then you'll be able to bolt on your factory track bar for the rear, and you'll be good to go. After that, we've got our control arm bracket drops. So this is basically a kit to drop your control arms. That way you don't have to use aftermarket control arms. So essentially, we'll bolt these down with a spacer in between, and we will be lowering our control arm mount from up here to down here. Now these are the other control arm drop brackets. We've got our shock extension brackets. So these are going to bolt where our factory shocks would be, and they're going to essentially raise it that tall right there. And then we've got some additional hardware for that stuff. And then last and certainly not least, we've got all of our additional hardware that we need. Now for me, just looking at the drive shaft, I was thinking it's well worth the $500 because you're going to need it eventually whenever you lift your Rubicon 392. Your front prop shaft is always spinning on the 392 because it's always in all-wheel drive. And for this kit, for the additional $500, it seemed like a no-brainer. I not only get to test an all-new product, but I also get to verify the ride height that I really want to go with. And I get to do it really affordably. If they were to add in different control arms and different shocks and a rear track bar, things like that, then the price would easily be $2,000. Now they offer 2.5 and 3.5 inch lift kits for pretty much any Jeep that you can think of. And they're awesome, awesome prices. You can even get a cheaper kit with shocks, depending on what vehicle you have. If you have a standard Rubicon, their normal shocks are going to be much better. So I'm really excited to throw all this on right now and see how it turns out. Well, now that we've got the front springs completely out, let's put the rough country springs next to them and see what the difference is. Right off the bat, you can tell it is taller, and it looks like the cool rate is a little bit tighter on these as well. And now for what could be the funniest thing yet. We're going to see if this thing will actually fit through the garage. Well, as you can see, we still have just enough clearance to get out of the garage and maybe even enough room for 40s. But that'd be cutting it close. Now that it's all lifted up, this is what it actually looks like. And I've got to say, I am super impressed. I didn't think that we'd actually achieve this much of a lift, but it is a massive, noticeable difference, not only in the looks, but actually the ride and feel of this machine as well. But for reference, you guys see me talk in front of it all the time. It is much, much taller than it previously was. Now with this, you can see the control arm drop bracket. Like I told you, it does have the control arm drop bracket instead of having to replace the actual control arms. And up front, we've got the brake extension, and then we've got the shock extensions right there. And then for the back here, it's really simple. You can see the shock extensions down there on the bottom. You can see that we added new bump stops there, and then we've got the actual springs themselves. And we've got the extended sway bar links, and then we've got the relocation bracket for the track bar. And then of course you can see the skid plate for the rear differential. Now the control arm skid plate that I showed you is not gonna work with this style of lift kit. Now if we do change the shocks in the future, I'll be able to put that control arm skid plate back on, but since we're using the shock extension bracket, it doesn't fit for now. But overall, it was a really smooth process. I was super impressed by how easy it was to install. So this gives you guys a good look at a stock Rubicon 392 next to our 3.5 inch lift on the Rubicon 392. Now this one does have some accessories. It has 35s and a nice set of fuel wheels. Nothing crazy, but you can tell the height difference there. Well, now I've had a few days to ride around in the Rubicon 392 with the new lift, and I've got to say I am super impressed. Now the control arm drop kit really does work. I mean, it keeps everything in the proper geometry and it rides super smooth. The coil springs seem to be a little bit stiffer in a good way, if that makes any sense, but it all works together really well. I'm super impressed that for $1,000, you can get a 3.5 inch lift kit for a Rubicon 392. It honestly just doesn't make any sense. But of course, that wasn't the only thing we did in this video. I really think a lot of the products that I showed you from Rough Country, whether that be their parts or accessories, are some of the most overlooked things that Rough Country has to offer. Now, if you guys are interested in any of these products, check them out in the link in the description below. But be sure to stay tuned for when we take the Rubicon 392 off-road to test it out in one of the next videos to see how it does with the new 3.5 inch Rough Country lift versus how it performs stock. Obviously, there's going to be a pretty big difference. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to see next. But until then, Godspeed.